Right now, in a room you've never entered, a conversation is happening about you. A man you've never met is making decisions that will completely reshape your reality. He's signing papers, making calls, moving pieces on a board you didn't even know existed. And the wildest part? He's doing all of this because of something you did. Something you didn't think anyone noticed. Something you did when no one was watching. When you thought it didn't matter. When you received no applause, but it mattered. And now the universe is about to pay you back in a way that will leave your enemies speechless and your doubters scrambling for explanations they'll never find. The angels have been watching you closer than you realize. Every sacrifice you made in silence, every moment you chose integrity when you could have chosen revenge, every time you helped someone even when you were barely surviving yourself, none of it was invisible, none of it was wasted. And now a wealthy, influential man is about to enter your life, not with empty promises, but with the power to relocate your entire existence. New city, new opportunities, new level, new you. This isn't a metaphor. This is your reality, preparing to shift so dramatically that when you look back 6 months from now, you won't even recognize the person reading this right now. Chosen one, if you're feeling that pull in your chest right now, that's not anxiety. That's confirmation. That's your spirit recognizing truth when it hears it. Before we go deeper into what's about to unfold, I need you to do something. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel. This isn't just content, it's a transmission. And by engaging, you're not just supporting a message, you're aligning yourself with the frequency that calls in these exact blessings. Drop the number 888 in the comments if you're ready to receive this relocation, because what I'm about to reveal will make everything you've been through make perfect sense. The reason this is happening now, the reason the timing is so precise, is because the universe doesn't operate on human schedules, it operates on preparation cycles. You weren't ready for this opportunity 2 years ago, you would have sabotaged it with doubt. You weren't ready last year, you would have questioned if you deserved it. But right now, in this exact moment, you're finally calibrated to receive what's been held in reserve for you. The angels have been protecting this blessing, keeping it away from you, until you became the version of yourself that could handle it without destroying it, and that version just activated. Think about the past few months of your life. The isolation, the silence, the way certain people mysteriously disappeared from your circle, the way opportunities seemed to dry up, the way you felt stuck, trapped, invisible. That wasn't punishment, that was preparation. The universe was clearing the stage, removing everyone and everything that couldn't come with you to the next level. Because where you're going, fake friends can't follow. Where you're going, low vibration energy gets filtered out at the door. Where you're going, the wealthy man who's about to relocate you needs to know you're serious, focused, and ready. And you are. Here's what most people don't understand about blessings of this magnitude. They don't come to the loudest person in the room. They don't come to the most connected, the most popular, or the most obvious choice. They come to the one who did something when nobody was watching. They come to the person who showed character in the dark. They come to the soul who chose kindness when cruelty would have been easier. That's you. That one thing you did, that moment you think nobody saw. Somebody saw it. The angels saw it. The universe recorded it. And now it's about to be rewarded in ways that will make your enemies question everything they thought they knew about how life works. The wealthy man who's about to change your life doesn't know your name yet, but he will. He's being guided toward you right now by forces he doesn't fully understand. He'll call it intuition, he'll call it a gut feeling, he'll call it a business decision, but you and I both know it's orchestration. The same energy that kept you alive through your darkest nights is now directing resources, connections, and opportunities your way. The same force that protected you when you were vulnerable is now preparing to promote you when you're ready. This isn't luck. This is the universe keeping receipts and finally cashing them in on your behalf. Now, let me tell you something that's going to sound impossible, but is absolutely true. The one thing you did that triggered this entire chain of events wasn't big. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a grand gesture that everyone applauded. It was quiet. It was simple. It was the kind of thing most people would overlook or undervalue, but in the spiritual realm, it registered like thunder. What humans ignore, angels amplify. What people dismiss as insignificant, the universe marks as defining. And your defining moment already happened. You already did the thing. Now you're just waiting for the manifestation to catch up with the action. And chosen one, it's catching up fast. Before we break down exactly what's unfolding and why, I want you to pause and really feel this moment. You're not here by accident. You didn't stumble onto this message randomly. The algorithm didn't just happen to show you this video. This is confirmation delivered directly to your spirit. If you're still watching right now, it's because deep down you already know this is true. You've felt the shift. You've noticed the signs. You've seen the doors starting to crack open. This message is just giving you language for what your soul already knows. So take a breath, chosen one, because from this point forward, everything changes. Let's get into exactly what's happening and why. The man who's about to relocate you isn't some random stranger who's going to appear out of thin air with a check and a smile. This is someone with real power, real resources, and real influence. He could be a business owner who's expanding and needs someone with your exact energy. He could be an investor who's been watching your work from a distance and is finally ready to make contact. He could be a decision maker in a company that's about to offer you an opportunity that makes no logical sense based on your resume, but makes perfect spiritual sense based on your character. He could even be a person you've already met briefly, someone you interacted with once, someone who remembered you for reasons you'll only understand later. Here's what makes this different from every other opportunity you've had. This man doesn't want you because of what you pretend to be. He wants you because of who you actually are. He's not interested in your performance. He's interested in your presence. He's not impressed by your resume. He's impressed by your resilience. Something about you, something authentic and unshakable, has caught his attention. And now he's making moves to bring you into his world, not as a subordinate, but as someone he recognizes has been underestimated and underutilized. He sees value where others saw nothing. He sees potential where others saw limitation. And he's about to prove to everyone who doubted you that they were catastrophically wrong. The reason this wealthy man is entering your life right now is because the universe needed to find someone with the resources to match what you're owed. You can't collect $1 million blessing from a minimum wage source. You can't receive a life-changing opportunity from someone who's barely making it themselves. So the angels had to position you in the path of someone with the means to deliver what's been promised to you. That's why your season of lack wasn't punishment. It was alignment. You were being moved away from small-minded people with empty pockets and big egos and positioned towards someone who has the capacity to change your life with a single decision. That positioning is complete. The connection is about to be made. What you need to understand is this. The wealthy man relocating you isn't just doing you a favor. He's answering a call he doesn't fully understand. On a spiritual level, he's being used as a vessel to deliver your reward. He thinks he's making a smart business move. He thinks he's following his instincts. But really, he's being guided by the same force that's been guiding you. Your paths are about to cross, not by coincidence, but by cosmic design. When it happens, it will feel natural, almost too easy. That's how you'll know it's real. When the universe delivers a blessing, it doesn't come with drama. It comes with flow. And your flow is about to accelerate in ways that will take your breath away. Let's talk about what you did. The one action that set this entire blessing in motion. The moment that made the angels stop take notice and say, this one deserves protection, this one deserves promotion, this one is ready. You might not remember it clearly, you might have written it off as nothing special, but in the economy of the spirit, what you did was priceless. You chose integrity when betrayal would have been easier. You stayed kind when you had every reason to become bitter. You helped someone who couldn't help you back. You told the truth when lying would have benefited you. You walked away from something toxic even though it cost you everything. You refused to compromise your character even when you were desperate. That's what you did, chosen one. You stayed human when the world tried to turn you into a monster. You stayed soft when life tried to harden you. You kept your heart open when betrayal tried to close it. You chose light when darkness was easier. And that choice, that one decision to remain authentic in a world full of pretenders, triggered a response in the spiritual realm that's about to manifest in your physical reality. The angels don't intervene for everyone. They intervene for those who prove they can be trusted with blessings, those who show they won't become corrupt when elevated, those who demonstrate they'll use their promotion to help others, not just themselves. You passed that test without even knowing you were being tested, and now the reward is on its way. Think back to a moment in the last year where you did something good and received nothing in return. A moment where you sacrificed and nobody noticed. A moment where you gave and got no recognition. That's the moment. That's the thing. You planted a seed in soil that looked dead. You watered ground that seemed hopeless, but the angels were watching. They saw you invest in goodness when goodness wasn't trending. They saw you choose character when character wasn't profitable. They saw you be real when fake was getting rewarded, and they marked it. They recorded it. They filed it away with a note that said, when the time is right, this one gets relocated, this one gets promoted, this one gets everything they sacrificed returned to them multiplied. The reason your enemies are about to be shocked isn't because you suddenly got lucky. It's because they never saw what you were planting. They only saw what you were losing. They watched you struggle and assumed you were failing. They saw you isolated and thought you were forgotten. They witnessed your season of lack and convinced themselves you were being punished for something. But they had no idea you were actually in preparation. They had no idea the universe was separating you from the crowd for a reason. They had no idea that every loss you took was making room for something bigger. And now, when this wealthy man relocates you, when your life transforms overnight, they're going to scramble for explanations. They'll call it luck, they'll call it connections, they'll call it anything except what it really is. The universe paying its debts to someone who stayed true, even when truth was expensive. When we talk about relocation, most people think about moving to a new city or getting a new job. And yes, that might be part of it. You might literally pack your bags and move somewhere you've never lived. You might accept a position in a company you never thought you'd work for. You might find yourself in rooms with people you used to only see on screens. But the relocation the angels are talking about goes deeper than geography. They're talking about relocating your entire frequency, relocating your mindset, relocating your identity, relocating your understanding of what's possible for someone like you. The reason this wealthy man is the catalyst for your relocation is because his entrance into your life forces an upgrade. You can't stay small in the presence of someone operating at that level. You can't think broke when surrounded by abundance. You can't doubt yourself when someone with resources is investing in you. His presence alone will force you to rise. His belief in you will challenge every limiting belief you've carried. His willingness to relocate you physically will trigger your willingness to relocate yourself mentally and spiritually. This is a package deal. The external move and the internal transformation are happening simultaneously. You're not just changing addresses, you're changing identities. You're not just switching locations, you're switching timeline. Here's what's going to happen in the weeks and months after this relocation begins. People from your past are going to try to reconnect. Old friends who ghosted you will suddenly remember your number. Family members who doubted you will start asking questions. Enemies who counted you out will be watching your every move in silence. And you're going to have a choice. You can bring them with you, or you can leave them behind. The angels are giving you permission to be selective. The wealthy man relocating you is giving you access to a world where your old circles can't follow unless they're willing to change. Some will change, most won't, and that's okay. Because where you're going, you don't need everyone, you just need the right ones. And the universe is already sorting them for you. The most beautiful part of this relocation is that it's going to feel like coming home, even though you've never been there before. The new environment, the new people, the new opportunities, they're all going to feel strangely familiar. That's because, on a soul level, you were always meant to be there. You were always meant to operate at this altitude. You just took a longer route to get here. Every detour, every setback, every moment of confusion was just the GPS recalculating. But now the path is clear, the destination is locked in. And the wealthy man who's about to facilitate your arrival is already preparing a space for you. Not at the bottom, not in the middle, but at a level that matches who you've become through everything you've survived. Let's talk about the people who tried to stop you. The ones who gossiped about you, the ones who betrayed you, the ones who celebrated your failures and resented your small victories. They thought they were just being petty. They thought they were just expressing jealousy, but what they were really doing was disqualifying themselves from your future. Every lie they told about you raised the price of admission to your next level. Every time they tried to block you, they were actually blocking themselves. And now that the wealthy man is about to relocate you, they're going to realize too late that they can't afford to come where you're going. Not financially, not energetically, not spiritually. The universe has a way of making sure that blessings only reach those who have the character to steward them properly. Your relocation isn't just about moving you forward, it's about moving you away. Away from toxic people, away from low vibration environments, away from situations that drain you. The wealthy man offering you this opportunity isn't just giving you something, he's removing you from everything that was keeping you stuck. And your enemies are about to watch it happen from a distance. Unable to touch you, unable to reach you, unable to contaminate the blessing that's been assigned to your name. Their access is revoked, their influence is expired, their season of interference is over. Here's what's going to hurt them the most. They're going to see you thriving in spaces they can't enter. They're going to hear about opportunities you're receiving that they can't access. They're going to watch you build relationships with people they'll never meet. And the whole time, they're going to remember how they treated you. They're going to replay every moment they underestimated you, every time they spoke against you, every opportunity they tried to steal from you, and it's going to eat them alive. Not because you're rubbing it in their faces. You won't have to. Your elevation alone will be the reminder. Your presence in rooms they can't access will be the proof. Your transformation into someone they claimed you could never become will be the judgment they can't escape. But here's what you need to understand, chosen one. This isn't about revenge. This is about alignment. The universe isn't punishing your enemies by excluding them from your blessing. It's simply matching frequencies. Where you're going requires a certain calibration, a certain level of consciousness, a certain quality of character, and they don't have it. They refused to develop it when they had the chance. They chose ego over evolution. They chose jealousy over joy. They chose destruction over development. So now, when the wealthy man opens doors for you, those doors remain closed to them. Not because you're better than them as a human being, but because you're operating at a frequency they can't reach. Your relocation is frequency-based. Only those vibrating at compatible levels can join you, and your enemies are vibrating at levels that no longer have access to you. This moment didn't just happen overnight. The angels have been orchestrating this for longer than you realize. Every person you met who seemed random wasn't random. Every conversation that felt insignificant was actually planting seeds. Every door that closed in your face was actually redirecting you toward this one opportunity. The wealthy man who's about to relocate you has been prepared just as much as you have. He's been through his own journey, his own lessons, his own failures, and those experiences have shaped him into someone who can recognize your value even when others can't see it. Think about all the times you felt invisible, forgotten, overlooked. You thought the universe wasn't paying attention. You thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling. You thought your sacrifices were going unnoticed. But the truth is, every single moment was being recorded. Every tear was collected. Every act of integrity was documented. And the angels were building a case for your elevation. They were gathering evidence that you deserved this. They were stacking proof that you earned this. They were making sure that when the time came to release your blessing, nobody could question whether you were ready, not even you. The reason this wealthy man is about to relocate you at this exact time is because all the pieces have finally aligned. The lessons have been learned. The character has been built. The frequencies have been calibrated. The enemies have been removed. The stage has been cleared. And now there's nothing standing between you and the life you were always meant to live. The angels have been working behind the scenes, moving people, shifting circumstances, rearranging timelines, all so that this moment could happen, all so that this blessing could land exactly when you're ready to receive it without sabotaging it. Here's what you need to remember. The angels don't move on human timelines. They move on readiness timelines. You might have wanted this years ago. You might have begged for this opportunity when you were younger, but you weren't ready then. You would have wasted it, misunderstood it, or destroyed it. So they made you wait. They made you grow. They made you endure. And now the wait is over. The growth is complete. The endurance has paid off. The wealthy man is coming. The relocation is imminent. And every moment you spent in the wilderness was just preparing you for this arrival into the promised land. Nothing was wasted. Everything had purpose. And now that purpose is about to reveal itself in the form of an opportunity you never saw coming, but always deserved. Pay attention to what's been happening around you recently. The synchronicities, the repeating numbers, the strange coincidences that feel too specific to be random. You've been seeing signs, haven't you? Numbers like 111, 222, 444, 888. Messages that feel like they're speaking directly to your situation. People mentioning relocation, travel, new beginnings, fresh starts. These aren't accidents. These are confirmations. The universe is dropping breadcrumbs, showing you that something major is in motion. The angels are trying to prepare your mind for what your spirit already knows is coming. This wealthy man, this relocation, this complete transformation of your life. It's not a surprise to your soul. It's just a surprise to your logic. You've also probably noticed a shift in your own energy lately. Things that used to bother you don't bother you anymore. People who used to have power over your emotions suddenly feel irrelevant. Drama that used to pull you in now feels beneath you. That's not you becoming cold or detached. That's you ascending. When you're about to be relocated to a higher level, your frequency starts adjusting before your circumstances do. You start outgrowing situations internally before you outgrow them externally. The fact that you're feeling this detachment, this sense of "I'm done with this chapter," is proof that the next chapter is about to begin. The wealthy man is coming, the relocation is close, and your spirit is already packing its bags. The dreams you've been having are another sign. Maybe you've been dreaming about travel, about new houses, about meeting important people. Maybe you've been having vivid dreams that feel more like memories than fantasies. Those aren't just dreams, chosen one. Those are previews. The angels are showing you glimpses of what's coming so that when it arrives, you recognize it. When this wealthy man approaches you with an opportunity, you won't question it. You won't doubt it. You'll know it's what you've been seeing in your dreams. You'll know it's what's been whispered to you in your quiet moments. You'll know it's the answer to prayers you stopped praying because you thought they'd never be answered. But they were heard, and the response is about to arrive in physical form. Even the resistance you've been feeling from certain people is a sign. When a major blessing is about to land, enemies get louder, doubters become more aggressive, negative people suddenly want your attention. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual warfare. The forces that want to keep you stuck know you're about to break free, so they're making one last attempt to pull you back. Don't fall for it. Don't engage. Don't give them your energy. The wealthy man is almost here. The relocation is almost finalized, and the last thing you need to do is waste time defending yourself to people who are about to be left behind anyway. Stay focused, stay quiet, stay ready. Because the moment they're trying to prevent is already in motion, and nothing they do can stop it now. One of the most exhausting parts of your journey so far has been trying to prove yourself to people who were never going to believe in you anyway. You've explained yourself, you've defended your character, you've tried to show people your value, and most of them still didn't see it. That's because they weren't supposed to. Their rejection wasn't a reflection of your worth, it was a reflection of their vision. They couldn't see you because they were looking through lenses clouded by jealousy, insecurity, and limitation. But the wealthy man who's about to relocate you, he doesn't need convincing. He sees what they couldn't see. He recognizes what they refused to acknowledge. And he's about to prove to everyone who doubted you that they were blind, not you were lacking. Here's what's beautiful about this situation. You're not going to have to beg for this opportunity. You're not going to have to sell yourself. You're not going to have to perform or pretend. This wealthy man is going to pursue you. He's going to reach out. He's going to make the offer. All you have to do is say yes. After years of chasing opportunities that didn't want you, after years of feeling like you had to earn scraps, you're about to receive abundance without begging for it. This is what happens when you stop trying to force doors open and let the universe unlock the right ones for you. This is what happens when you trust that your value doesn't need to be advertised because the right people will discover it on their own. The wealthy man relocating you isn't impressed by your performance. He's impressed by your authenticity. He's not moved by your credentials. He's moved by your character. He sees something in you that has nothing to do with what you've accomplished and everything to do with who you are. That's the difference between human recognition and spiritual assignment. Humans look at resumes. The universe looks at hearts. Humans assess potential. Angels assess integrity. And you've been assessed, you've been evaluated, you've been measured. And the verdict is in, you're ready, you're worthy, you're chosen. And the wealthy man is simply the vehicle through which that verdict is being delivered. He thinks he's making a choice, but really, he's following orders from forces he'll never fully understand. Your relocation has been authorized at the highest level, and now it's just a matter of time before it manifests in the physical. The best part? When this happens, when you relocate, when your life transforms, you won't feel the need to post about it constantly. You won't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. You'll move in silence because people who are truly elevated don't need to announce it. Their life speaks, their energy speaks, their results speak. The people who need to know will know. The people who doubted you will see. And the people who celebrated your struggles will choke on their words when they witness your elevation. But you won't be focused on them. You'll be too busy building your new life, exploring your new opportunities, and becoming the version of yourself that was always waiting on the other side of this relocation. This isn't a comeback. This is an arrival. And arrivals don't need announcements. They need presence. And chosen one, your presence is about to be undeniable. Let's be clear about something. This wealthy man who's about to relocate you isn't just bringing financial resources. He's bringing access. He's bringing credibility. He's bringing connections. He's bringing opportunities that money alone can't buy. When someone with his level of influence decides to invest in you, doors open that you didn't even know existed. Rooms that were locked become accessible. Conversations that were impossible become natural. People who wouldn't give you 5 minutes suddenly want hours of your time. That's the power of alignment with someone operating at his level. It's not just about what he gives you, it's about what his association with you unlocks. Think about how many times you've had great ideas but no resources to execute them. How many times you've had vision but no platform to share it. How many times you've had talent but no audience to witness it. This wealthy man is about to change all of that. He's not just offering you a job or a paycheck. He's offering you infrastructure. He's offering you the tools, the team, the network, the credibility to finally do what you've always known you were capable of. Everything you've been building in the dark is about to be brought into the light. Everything you've been practicing in private is about to be performed in public. And the wealthy man is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. But here's what's critical to understand. This man is not your savior. He's your catalyst. He's not completing you, he's revealing you. The angels are using him as an instrument to deliver what you've already earned. So when he shows up, don't worship him, don't become dependent on him, don't give him the power that only belongs to the universe. Appreciate him, respect him, honor the role he's playing in your journey, but remember that he's a piece of a much larger plan. The universe is the architect. He's just a contractor following the blueprint. Your job is to stay aligned with the source of all blessings, not get distracted by the messenger delivering one blessing. When you understand this, you'll handle the opportunity with wisdom. You won't sabotage it with desperation or entitlement. You'll steward it with grace and gratitude. The wealthy man relocating you is also testing something. He's testing whether you can handle favor without losing yourself. He's testing whether you'll stay humble when elevated. He's testing whether you'll remember where you came from when you arrive where you're going. The angels are watching how you respond to this blessing because it determines what comes next. This relocation is just the beginning. There are levels beyond this level, blessings beyond this blessing, but you only get access to them if you prove you can handle this one without becoming corrupt, arrogant, or forgetful. So when this wealthy man extends his hand, take it with confidence but also with responsibility. Know that you're not just receiving an opportunity, you're being entrusted with a test, and chosen one. You're going to pass it, because everything you've been through has prepared you for exactly this moment. You've probably asked yourself 1,000 times, why now? Why not years ago when I needed it more? Why not when I was younger, stronger, hungrier? The answer is simple, because you weren't ready. Not because you weren't talented, not because you weren't deserving, but because you weren't calibrated. Blessings of this magnitude require a specific internal alignment. If you had received this relocation 5 years ago, you would have self-destructed. If you had met this wealthy man 3 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to hold the frequency of the opportunity. You would have doubted yourself, you would have played small, you would have sabotaged it with insecurity. But now you're different. Now you've been through the fire and emerged unburned. Now you've been tested and proven. Now you're ready to receive what you couldn't have handled before. The delay you thought was punishment was actually protection. The universe was shielding you from blessings that would have crushed you under their weight. It was giving you time to develop the strength, wisdom, and maturity required to carry what's about to be placed in your hands. Every year you waited, you were growing. Every disappointment you survived, you were learning. Every door that closed in your face, you were being redirected. And now all of that preparation is about to make perfect sense. The wealthy man is showing up now because now is when you can receive him without losing yourself. Now is when you can be elevated without becoming arrogant. Now is when you can be relocated without forgetting who you are. The timing isn't late. The timing is perfect. And you're about to see why. Here's something else about timing. When this relocation happens, it's going to feel fast. After years of waiting, it's going to seem like everything is happening at once. The offer will come suddenly. The opportunity will move quickly. The changes will accelerate rapidly. Don't be afraid of the speed. That's how the universe works when it's time. It doesn't trickle in blessings, it floods them. It doesn't give you time to overthink or doubt. It moves so fast that all you can do is trust and step forward. So when this wealthy man appears in your life and things start moving at a pace that makes you nervous, take a breath and remember this. You're not unprepared. You're not unqualified. You're not in over your head. You're just finally operating at the speed your spirit has always wanted to move at. Your logic might need time to catch up, but your soul is ready. And that's all that matters. The angels have been timing this down to the second. They've been waiting for the exact moment when all factors align. When you're healed enough, when you're strong enough, when you're wise enough, when the wealthy man is positioned correctly, when the opportunity is fully formed, when the enemies are distracted, when the path is clear, and that moment is now. Not almost, not soon. Now. The wheels are already turning. The conversations are already happening. The decisions are already being made. You just haven't been informed yet. But you will be. Very soon. And when you are, everything you've been through, every moment you questioned, every night you cried, every time you almost gave up, it's all going to click into place like the final piece of a puzzle you didn't even know you were solving. The timing is perfect. The relocation is certain. And the wealthy man is coming. The life you're about to step into already exists. The home you're going to live in is already standing. The opportunities you're going to receive are already prepared. The people you're going to meet are already looking for someone exactly like you. Your new life isn't being built from scratch. It's been waiting for you to arrive. The wealthy man relocating you is simply opening the door to a reality that's been held in reserve with your name on it. All you have to do is walk through. All you have to do is say yes. All you have to do is trust that what looks impossible from where you're standing will look obvious once you're there. This is why you've been feeling restless lately. This is why your current situation suddenly feels unbearable. This is why you can't settle anymore, can't accept mediocrity anymore, can't tolerate environments that drain you anymore. Your spirit knows it's time to go. Your soul is ready to relocate. Your frequency is already vibrating at the level of your new life, which is why your old life feels so uncomfortable now. You've outgrown it internally, and now the external relocation is about to match what's already happened inside of you. The wealthy man isn't creating a new opportunity for you. He's unveiling an opportunity that's always been yours. He's just the key, turning the lock on a door you've been standing in front of for years. When you relocate, everything is going to feel strangely familiar, even though it's brand new. The people you meet will feel like reunions, not introductions. The opportunities you receive will feel like reclaiming something you lost, not gaining something you never had. That's because on a soul level you've been here before. This version of your life is what you were always meant to experience. You just took a detour through pain, through struggle, through lessons you had to learn the hard way, but now the detour is over. Now you're back on track, and the track leads directly to the life the wealthy man is about to facilitate for you. Don't be surprised when it feels like coming home. Don't be shocked when it feels easier than you expected. That's what alignment feels like. That's what happens when you finally arrive at the destination your spirit has been navigating toward all along. Your new life is not going to require you to become someone you're not. It's going to require you to be exactly who you are, without apology, without compromise, without shrinking. The wealthy man relocating you doesn't want a version of you that performs for acceptance. He wants the raw, authentic, unfiltered version of you that's been hidden because your old environment couldn't handle it. Your new life needs your realness. It needs your uniqueness. It needs the parts of you that your old circles rejected. So when you relocate, don't try to fit in. Don't try to blend. Don't try to downplay yourself to make others comfortable. Show up as the full, complete, powerful being you've become. That's what this opportunity is calling forward. That's what the wealthy man sees in you, and that's what your new life is designed to support. You're not moving to blend in. You're moving to stand out. And, chosen one, you're about to shine in ways that make your past look like a shadow. Let's come back to this. The one thing you did. The action that set all of this in motion. It felt small in the moment. It seemed insignificant. But it's going to echo through your life in ways you can't even imagine yet. Because when you chose integrity over convenience, when you chose kindness over cruelty, when you chose truth over comfort, you didn't just affect your own life. You planted seeds that are going to grow into trees that shade generations. The wealthy man relocating you is just the first fruit. There are orchards coming. The one thing you did wasn't just for you. It was for your children. It was for your family. It was for everyone who comes after you. You broke a cycle. You changed a trajectory. You rewrote a story. And now the universe is rewriting yours in return. The reason this blessing is so massive, so life-changing, so undeniable, is because it has to match the magnitude of what you sacrificed. You didn't just give up a little. You gave up a lot. You lost relationships. You lost time. You lost opportunities. You walked away from things that could have been easy but weren't right. And every loss you took was a deposit into an account you couldn't see. Now that account is mature. Now it's time to withdraw. And the wealthy man is the teller facilitating your transaction. When you relocate, when your life transforms, when the blessings start flowing, remember, they're not random. They're earned, they're deserved. They're the compound interest on every sacrifice you made when you thought nobody was watching. Here's what's going to be hard for people to accept. Your elevation is going to seem disproportionate to what they saw you do. They didn't see the private sacrifices. They didn't see the silent integrity. They didn't see the moments you chose right over easy. So when the wealthy man relocates you, when you step into a level they never thought you'd reach, they're going to call it luck. They're going to call it connection. They're going to call it anything except what it is, which is cosmic justice. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them try to explain away what they can't understand. You know the truth. You know what you did. You know what you sacrificed, and more importantly, the universe knows. That's all that matters. The validation you need isn't coming from people who weren't there in your darkest moments. It's coming from the very fact that this opportunity is showing up exactly when you need it most. The one thing you did that nobody noticed is about to become the thing everybody has to acknowledge. Not because you're bragging about it. Not because you're rubbing it in anyone's face, but because the results are going to be undeniable. When the wealthy man relocates you, when your life shifts, when opportunities pour in that make no logical sense, people are going to start asking questions, and you won't have to answer them. Your life will answer for you, your transformation will speak, your elevation will testify. And everyone who doubted you will be forced to confront the reality that maybe, just maybe, they were wrong about you all along. That's the power of letting the universe fight your battles. That's the beauty of staying silent and letting your results scream. The one thing you did in secret is about to be rewarded in public, and chosen one. The world isn't ready for what's about to be revealed about you. So what do you do now? How do you prepare for something this big? First, get your mind right. Start seeing yourself in your new life. Start visualizing the relocation. Start speaking like someone who's already been chosen by a wealthy man to be elevated. Stop saying, "I hope," and start saying, "I know." Stop saying maybe and start saying absolutely. The universe responds to certainty. The angels move on confidence. And the wealthy man is looking for someone who already knows their worth, not someone he has to convince. So act like you're already there. Feel the emotions of the relocation before it happens. Practice gratitude for blessings that are still in motion. This isn't delusion. This is alignment. This is how you become a magnet for what's already yours. Second, clear the clutter. Physical clutter, mental clutter, emotional clutter. Relocation requires space. If your life is jammed with things, people, and situations that don't serve you, there's no room for the new to enter. Start letting go. Start saying no. Start creating space for the wealthy man's offer to land. Donate things you don't need. Delete contacts of people who drain you. Declutter your environment so that when the opportunity comes, you can move quickly without being weighed down by baggage. The universe is trying to relocate you, but you're holding on to things that are too heavy to carry into your new life. Let them go. Trust that what's meant for you won't require you to drag your past into your future. Third, stay ready. This means keep your skills sharp. Keep your resume updated. Keep your finances in order. Keep your energy high. When the wealthy man shows up, you don't want to scramble. You don't want to panic. You don't want to realize you're not prepared for what you've been praying for. Stay in a state of readiness. Not anxiety, readiness. There's a difference. Anxiety is fear-based. Readiness is faith-based. Anxiety says, what if I'm not ready? Readiness says, I'm ready for whatever comes. So, chosen one, sharpen your tools. Polish your gifts. Clean your house. Organize your life. Because when the opportunity arrives, it's going to move fast. And the only people who can catch it are the ones who were already positioned to receive it. Finally, trust the process. There might be moments in the coming days or weeks where it feels like nothing is happening, where it seems like this message was just words and no manifestation. Don't fall into doubt. Don't let your logic override your intuition. The wealthy man is coming. The relocation is happening. The angels are orchestrating. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not in motion. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust that everything you've been through has led to this. Your job isn't to figure out how. Your job is to stay open to when. And chosen one, that when is closer than you think. The wealthy man is about to change your life. The relocation is imminent. And the one thing you did is about to be rewarded in ways that will leave you breathless. Get ready. Your elevation has been authorized, and nothing can stop what's already been set in motion. This is your moment. This is your time. This is the relocation you've been waiting for. The wealthy man is coming. The angels are watching. And you, chosen one, are about to step into a life you almost didn't believe was possible. But it is possible. It's happening. It's yours. Welcome to your new beginning.